I am your boy Zero. We are back in the building. It's time for more predictions. But I never do predictions alone. So I got my boys in the building. My boy's back from his little adventure at job work hell in Minnesota. My boy D-Lo. What's good, man?
Yo.
I got the NY Samurai in the building. Cosplay King,
What up?
Philip.
What's up, peoples?
And I've got my boy Espanda Pájaros, Big Mike.
That is scarecrow in Spanish for all you non-Spanish speaking people.
Yeah, and he will oppress
In this corner. Hit you with that four horsemen.
Yeah, pretty much.
So
So, you guys know the deal. We're gonna go through every match on the Money in the Bank card for WWE 2019, and we're gonna pick each match one by one. Give you a little reason why we think who's gonna win and why. We're gonna start with the Money in the Bank matches. We're gonna start with the women's first. Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. From SmackDown we have Bayley, Ember Moon, Mandy Rose, and Carmella. From Raw we have Dana Brooke, Naomi, Natalia, and Nikki Cross, who is replacing Alexa Bliss, who has a concussion again. For some reason, she keeps getting concussions. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Quote unquote concussion.
Yeah.
Quote
Anyway,
unquote, that woman keeps getting hit in the head. She must be taking something.
yeah.
Braun
apparently.
Strowman?
Nah, Braun Strowman's woman's too huge.
Yeah. Anyway, Phil, we'll go with you first. Who you got in that match and why? Little quick summary.
Ember Moon.
Is it just
Cause
heart
she's black,
over
isn't it?
anything, or do you have a specific reason?
Ember Moon because she got drafted to SmackDown via the Superstar Shakeup, and she was on a massive push, but sadly, she got injured. Injuries happen, and I figured if she got the Money in the Bank briefcase, she'd be right back off where she left off. And I think if you put a title on Ember Moon, she's gonna go straight to the moon with that thing. She's gonna carry it with pride and give you a reason to actually watch SmackDown again.
Some 4 or 5 star quality matches.
Thank you.
D-Lo, do you concur?
I do not concur. I had Alexa winning the title, or winning the bank, but she's injured. I'm not sure.
Senor Alexa
use that,
Bliss bandwagon.
I'm not sure if I should use that loosely, but she's injured. So I'm going with whoever replaces her, which in this case is Nikki Cross. So that's what I have going.
What about you, Mike? Where you going?
I had Ember Moon for this one.
You agree
Because
with Phil that she should be getting a massive push?
She's probably like the best one that needs the push, other than Bayley.
Yeah, I think Bayley needs to push more than anybody. I go back to WrestleMania and she got super Jewed over for losing the tag team titles. Like literally last second, it was switched that she was losing the titles to the Iconics at WrestleMania, and she didn't take her ball and run like Sasha did. So I'm expecting her to win the match, and I'm expecting her to get the briefcase. And we'll go into more of why I think she's gonna get it later when we get to the Becky matches. But I'm picking Bayley. All right, men's Money in the Bank ladder match. SmackDown has Ali, Andrade, Finn Balor, the Intercontinental Champion, and Randy Orton. Raw has Baron Corbin, Drew McIntyre, Ricochet, and Sami Zayn, who's replacing Braun Strowman. Supposedly Braun Strowman also has an injury that he's dealing with, and so they took him out of the match and replaced him with Sami Zayn. So Mike, we know who you're picking because you're obsessed with Randy Orton, regardless of whether he deserves to win or not. And you're gonna pick him regardless of whether he deserves to win or not.
Nah.
Yeah.
Randall Keith. So Randall Keith. Randall Keith.
So instead, we're gonna
I
ignore the maniac, and we're gonna go to Phil. Phil, who you got and why?
I want to go with Ali and Ricochet.
Ali or Ricochet, but you have to pick one or the other. Come on now. Give
Okay, but
me.
if I have to pick, I have to say Ali because again, he was supposed to be in that title picture with Daniel Bryan, but then he got injured, and Kofi took his spot. Not saying that it was a bad thing. Kofi winning the belt is amazing, but who knows if Ali still had that opportunity? Who knows what would happen if he won? I want to see how Ali does with a title around his belt because without it, he's getting pushed to the moon. He always does these phenomenal matches, whether it's mid card, 205 live, pre-show. He still puts in work,
What about you, D'Lo?
and
What do
he's
you
a
think?
beast on promo. So
If it wasn't for the fact that Andrade can't speak English correctly right now, as per Mr. McMahon, then I would say Andrade, because he's the perfect guy to be Money in the Bank. But because that's not going to happen, I will agree with Phil that it's going to be Ali, for the same reasons that he said. He had a shot, got injured, he was supposed to be in Kofi's spot. Maybe he would have won, maybe not, but we don't know that. So why don't we find out? Let him have the Money in the Bank, see where it goes.
For me, I so I look at it this way: they're not gonna have a repeat winner of the Money in the Bank, so Orton and Corbin are automatically out. Balor already has a title, so they would have they would have had to have taken the title off of him for me to pick him in this match. So he's not winning. I think it's too soon for Ricochet. He's just been called up. Um, I think Sami Zayn is gonna get taken out by Braun Strowman somehow, and like that's gonna be the whole gimmick to him being at the pay-per-view. Is he'll just like show up, destroy Sami Zayn, and Sami Zayn will have zero chance. So that leaves me with Drew McIntyre, Andrade, and Ali. McIntyre doesn't need the briefcase to get a massive push, in my opinion. Like, I feel like if they gave him the case, it would kind of be like a slap in the face for him, because he's getting a mega push anyway. So to put the briefcase on him is kind of pointless.
He's a really good heel.
Yeah, he's a great heel, and he's gonna be one of the next challengers for Seth Rollins, I think. I expect him by SummerSlam to be the Universal Champion. But it won't
Getting
be
that Claymore kick to a
Yeah.
Claymore kick
into
to an
another
F5.
But
I actually wouldn't mind seeing that McIntyre and Brock Lesnar. That'd be pretty sick.
yeah. But I'm gonna go with Andrade. I think even though he doesn't speak English very well, he is associated with Charlotte Flair. Apparently they're engaged. So and Vince McMahon is obsessed with Charlotte Flair, so I wouldn't be shocked if Andrade wins the briefcase. And it makes sense to have a heel win the briefcase when you have a face champion on that brand. So I'm going with Andrade. Alright, so we're gonna go to the pre-show next. There's two matches on the pre-show. We'll go with the Cruiserweight Championship match first. Tony Nese versus the challenger Ariya Daivari. Daivari has not lost in 2019. He hasn't lost a singles match in 2019. So, Mike, since you haven't had a say in a while, do you think that trend will continue, or will Tony Nese?
Hell the fuck no. It is Tony Nese all the way. That man has too much momentum. He is too strong right now, and they do not need to take it off of him so early after him beating like the local juggernaut of the cruiserweight division, Buddy Murphy.
D'Lo?
I agree. He just got the belt, no reason to take it off him. And even though Davari has, as like you said, undefeated streak in 2019, that is probably going to come to an end tomorrow. So I'm going with Tony.
I agree. They wouldn't have hyped up Tony Nese so hard to beat Buddy Murphy at WrestleMania just to take the belt off of him so quickly. And if you think about it, you look at all the cruiserweight champions before him. I believe outside of Tozawa, who had the belt for 1 week, every champion has had the belt more than a month. So, you know, I feel like um, they kind of let their storylines play out and they build up storylines in 205 Live. So they're gonna just keep the title on Tony Nese to build up another storyline with maybe Drew Gulak or maybe somebody coming into 205 Live that we haven't seen yet. Phil, what do you think?
Definitely going with Tony Nese. His momentum is almost unstoppable right now, and to lose the belt to somebody like Davari, like not knocking Davari, but I don't think he actually has, to me, proved he's, you know, there's a solid reason why he could win the belt. I'm just saying, like, I think it's too soon for Davari.
I mean, the only thing I could say about Davari that he has in his favor is that his brother was a member of WWE for a long time, Sean Davari, and he was, you know, he was pretty decent on the mic and whatnot. So that's probably the only thing he has going for him towards the cruiserweight title. I think we obviously we all agree that Tony Nese is just it's too strong right now. So we're gonna go to the SmackDown Tag Team match. Well, it's not a SmackDown Tag Team match. It's just an inner brand tag team match. It's Daniel Bryan.
Crossover.
Yeah, it's a crossover match apparently. So it's the champions Daniel Bryan and Rowan versus the Usos. This match is a non-title match. Let me stress that. It's a non-title match. The SmackDown Live Championships are not up for grabs in this match. I'm gonna go first in this situation. Honestly, I've been back and forth between this one. I could see reasons for both sides winning. Like I could see the Usos winning because it's a non-title match, and it wouldn't really hurt the credibility of the champions to lose in a non-title
To like one
match.
of the best tag teams, one of the best tag teams in the division.
Possibly the best tag team in the division, not named the New Day, or maybe they. And some say that they are better than the New Day in some cases. So you know, but
The Hell in the Cell match will prove that.
I mean,
No, I'm sorry, they went back and forth with that. So
yeah,
let's continue.
anyway, I'm gonna go with Daniel Bryan and Rowan though. I feel like the Revival are gonna play a key part in this match. They're gonna do something to get back at the Usos for all the jokes that they've been making on them for the last couple weeks. You know, the shaving of the back, the Usi hot gimmick, which was, I mean, it was funny, but you know, I think the Revival are gonna get the revenge in this match and build up to a bigger feud between the Revival and the Usos. And so I'm going with Daniel Bryan and Rowan. Phil, who you got and why?
Mike, shall we do it together?
Welcome
Welcome
to the Uso
Penitentiary.
Well, I think that sums it up for the two of them.
2 for 1.
Two for one, pretty much. D'Lo, since they have a 2 for 1, are you joining me on the D-Bye bandwagon for this match?
I am joining you on the D-Bry vegetarian hemp
the
bandwagon.
hemp bandwagon.
That entire bandwagon's made out of hemp.
Yeah, maybe.
Not even the smokable one.
Mostly because since they're the new tag champs, they have to establish, them as a threat. What better way than to beat one of the best tag teams in recent memory?
See,
and plus, he got demoted to the pre-show. I think they should at least let him win in the pre-show for being demoted all the way from pre-show after just main event.
after being one of the final matches in WrestleMania, yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah. So.
So I know this was something that boggled my mind too. Was Daniel Bryan and Rowan just beat the Usos like Tuesday. So a lot of my thought process was, are they gonna give the Usos the win just to make it 1-1 and have them having another title match? And then, like I said, I thought about the Revival and I figured, let me just go with D. Bryan Rowan just because I think the Revival are gonna be douchebags somewhere at some point. And they're not, and the Revival are not even on the card. So like, that's the perfect time to throw them in there and say, hey. All right, so we're going to the main card outside of the 2 Money in the Bank ladder matches. We're going to start with United States Championship match: Samoa Joe versus Rey Mysterio. Mike, what you got? Why?
Blah. Blah, blah, blah.
I'm assuming that's a Samoa Joe Womp.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm sorry. I don't see any point of this for Samoa Joe to lose the belt. He is way too strong with that belt right now. He looks like an actual threat with that belt.
Very true.
Phil?
I gotta go with the Samoan submission machine, but the way he retains, I feel that Rey Mysterio will feel every single piece of that betrayal from Dominic.
D'Lo, what do you think?
I also agree. 3 for 3, Samoa Joe. Potentially, Dominic will interfere. Um, that or, it's just going to be another squash match, I believe. It's going to be one of those two things. Either Dominic interferes or squash match for Joe.
I've been having a hard time with this match because I originally picked Samoa Joe to win this match, and then I read something along the lines of Rey Mysterio's never been the United States champion in WWE, and if he did win the U.S. championship, he would be a Grand Slam champion. Whether that's enough to put the belt on him, I'm not sure. And I'm really not sure what Dominic's role in all of this is going to be, because we know there's going to be some kind of role for Dominic in this. He is signed to WWE. He is being trained professionally at the Performance Center with his dad. So I've been going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I think if the original plan at WrestleMania was for Rey to win the title, but because he got hurt right before the match, they had to scrap that plan. So I'm going to take Rey Mysterio to win, but this is me not confident at all because I don't really know exactly what's going to happen with Dominic. So I'm going out on a limb with this one. I think this is like the one match that I can go out on a limb, and it wouldn't shock me if Samoa Joe won, but it wouldn't shock me if Rey won either, to make him a Grand Slam champion. So I'm going to say Rey just because I think they'll make him a Grand Slam champion, and they want this feud to continue. And then a little farther down the line, Dominic will betray Rey if he wins tomorrow.
I honestly would get kind of meddled if Rey wins, but that's just me.
I mean, Samoa Joe's had the U.S. title for a while now. It's not like he's been a champion for a week.
Hasn't been that long.
It's been like 3 or 4 months. Yeah.
Oh.
It's been at least 2 months, if not more. He won the championship 3 weeks before WrestleMania. So it's been about 2 months.
It hasn't been that long.
Yeah, it hasn't been super long, but it's not like it's been a short reign, and they're not really doing anything with Samoa Joe anyway, other than Rey Mysterio. So why not have Rey win the title and then just continue the storyline? Because I don't see anybody else challenging him right now. Like there's no competitors for him. So I think that's the best way to do it. Is put it on Rey, let him be a Grand Slam champion, and then give it right back to Samoa Joe like at the next pay-per-view, so that he can continue with his
more
reign.
hot potato. Ew.
Yeah, well, this is hot potato, but this is WWE, you know.
That's the bane of a belt.
Mm-hmm.
Doing hot potato with it.
Yeah, I know, but in this situation, I think it could be okay just because again, Rey would become a Grand Slam champion if it happens. I think that's the underlining fact to why I'm going with Rey. Alright, so next match. This is a squash match in my mind. I think it's a squash match in everybody else's mind. Elias versus Roman Reigns. Do any of you think there's a snowball's chance in hell that Roman Reigns loses this match? He hasn't lost a singles match since he got back. So, like, I personally don't think Roman Reigns can't not win this match. He has to win this match.
Hey Roman, you need somebody that goes, ooh, do you know somebody like that? Ooh. That's my answer.
Yeah, I figured. Phil,
He
Mike,
got
I think you
he's
guys agree.
yeah.
And with a Superman punch, and another Superman punch, and a spear, mamma
Mamma
mia!
mia!
Basically,
Yeah.
Roman Reigns needs to go in, go ooh ah, lock and low, Superman punch, Kirkpatrick, 1, 2, 3, and back in time to get his MTV award.
Yeah, I don't think this match will go more than 10 minutes. If it goes longer than 10 minutes, I'll be really shocked. So moving on. The Miz versus Shane McMahon in a steel cage match. So this match is annoying.
I came to play.
And we have a winner, Mike. You're going with the Miz. Why?
At most, I don't. I'm kind of getting sick and tired of just seeing Shane McMahon win out of these situations.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's because the thing is, like, Shane has been winning consistently against that shit.
Shane won the 4-on-3 match yesterday. The Usos and not yesterday, on Tuesday. The Usos and Roman Reigns lost a tag match against against, what was it? Rowan, Daniel Bryan, The Miz, and Elias. And Elias hit the coast to coast on one of the Usos and won the match with that. And I was like, wow, really? But I agree.
You mean Shane, right?
Yeah,
Not
Shane.
Elias.
Sorry, I mean Shane hit the coast to coast and they won. And I was like, really? Well, yeah. I agree. I think the Miz is gonna win. I think the whole idea is they're trying to build this. They're trying to have this feud go all the way to SummerSlam. So the best way to do that is to have the Miz win a match, to make the match 1-1. This dude Shane won at WrestleMania. I mean, albeit by a technicality, he got molested the entire match, but he still won the match. So I think they'll give the Miz the win here, and then they'll have a final showdown at SummerSlam at some point. It'll be like a last man standing match or an I quit match or something like along those lines. So I'm going with the Miz. D'Lo?
I'm going with the best in the world.
D'Lo sucking that best in the world penis.
Hey man, Shane is the self-proclaimed best in the world. You have
You can
to
kiss
win.
my ass.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's,
mean,
that's my only reason.
is that your reason? Because he's the best in the world?
That's honestly my only reason. I mean, I honestly don't care for this feud. I mean, it's the
It's
match of
shit.
WrestleMania was pretty good, but everything after that was like, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm just going for the means. So, best in the world.
Sure. Why
He
not?
has to win.
Phil?
Miz, hands fucking down.
You know what I would like to see? This and I know this won't happen, but I would love to see this. I would love to see George Mizanin show up with like a steel chair or some crap like that while Shane is trying to get out of
Put
the
his
cage
dukes up.
and start
Thwack!
and
Thwack!
and start
Thwack!
trying to swing
Thwack.
the chair with his baked potato face and and
And
stall
then
him
Mr.
long
Man
enough
comes
for Miz to win or something like that. I
And
know
then
that won't
Mr. Man
happen,
comes
but-
out like, "You're beating my son. I'm gonna beat your son."
God damn it!
I wouldn't go that far, but yeah, okay.
An eye for an eye, or in this case, a son for his son.
I mean, I guess I wouldn't go.
The
that
moment that Vince McMahon gives a shit about his son in the ring.
far. You're talking about a 70-year-old man who's in the gym every day versus a 60-year-old man who looks like a big potato and does absolutely nothing with his life.
I guess. Yeah.
You know, I don't think that's fair. Anyway, we're gonna move on. So we're
Under
gonna go
that
to
suit, you see two brass balls.
yeah. So we're gonna go to the two Becky matches now. Becky has two matches on this card: one for the Raw Women's Championship and one for the SmackDown Women's Championship. We're gonna go with the Raw Women's Championship first. Becky Lynch versus unlikely challenger Lacey Evans.
Woman's too green. I'm sorry. That woman's way too green.
I agree. I think she's super green.
I know
She is
shit.
greener than green.
I still
Greener than
think
goose
this is.
shit.
I think this is gonna be the opening match on the card. The match won't last more than like 12 minutes, and Becky will win quickly enough where she'll get some rest. Maybe she'll take the woman's right and kick out, and then put her in the disarmer, and then just win that way. Like,
Sounds about right.
I don't, especially with Becky being in a relationship now with Seth Rollins, and them both being on Raw. Yeah, she's not gonna lose the Raw Women's Championship anytime soon.
That night, Becky was the
Man.
man.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Only some people will get that reference.
It's alright. It's alright, Seth. I didn't cry.
Why?
You burn it down.
Oh. Anyway, D'Lo, do you agree? Do you agree Becky's keeping this title? At least this particular
Yes,
one?
the Raw. Yes, the Raw Women's title. Yes, she's keeping that one.
I read. It's funny because Phil, I know you're going for Becky. I don't even have to ask you.
Hell yeah.
I read an article earlier today, and they were saying how they were considering Lacey Evans as the champion, and the first thing I did was click X on that article because it was garbage and it needed to be.
Bold and brash.
Yes, it was bold and brash.
More like belongs in my my computer's trash.
Yeah, that was like the biggest trash that I had ever read, and I was like,
Dragged to the
you're
recycling bin.
you're gonna make Lacey Evans the WWE Raw Women's Champion. When
The
she's
greenest
done-
of the greenest
when she's
freaking female
done
champ.
She's done basically nothing since she's been called up except for the one Royal Rumble match, and she had one match with Natalia to be the #1 contender. She's done literally nothing.
Other than those
zilch.
annoying walk-ins.
You mean the wondrous moments of Eva Marie 2.0.
I mean, I wouldn't say she's
No.
Eva Marie 2.0 just because she actually
Because she
she can fight,
wrestle.
she can wrestle.
Yeah. But,
But,
the thing they
I
were
get
doing
what-
to
I
her,
get
they
what
were
you're
giving the
getting at.
Eva Marie treatment. They were
Yeah.
giving her the Eva Marie treatment.
Yeah, they were.
Mhm.
So we're gonna go to the other match now. SmackDown Women's Championship match: Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair.
Mhm.
Phil,
This is actually
This-
a hard match.
we'll go with you first. This is a hard match. Phil, you're going first. Who you got?
Here's the thing. I know for a fact that Charlotte is going to lose this match because I have a feeling she wants to be off TV for a while so she can be with Ric Flair for his recovery. So I feel Becky's going to retain, but going to get cashed in on.
And who'd you pick to win?
He picked
the
Ember
Money
Moon
event?
to win. So
And
that
she's
would,
on SmackDown, right?
yeah, and that would be Face cashing in on Face.
Hey, weird stuff has happened.
Yeah. What about you, Mike? Do you agree Becky's gonna keep the SmackDown title too?
The way I feel is it's like this one here is so conflicting because of the fact of either one could win, and that cash in would be so fucking fast and brutal.
Yeah, I think
That
it
was
makes
not-
sense for Ember to cash in on Charlotte for Phil's situation. But, anyways, continue.
But either way, it's like it's still a bad field no matter what you do. Because if Becky loses, the crowd boos like there was no tomorrow.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh yes.
If the crowd
Especially
boos like there's no
Charlotte.
tomorrow, and then the person who has the Money in the Bank briefcase comes in and cashes it in on Charlotte Flair, the pops for that would be stupid.
Yeah.
Fair point. Plus, I think it'd be better if Charlotte won that off of Becky, then got cashed in on. Like, it'll give Charlotte a reason for a story when she does come back after being with Ric
With
Flair
Ric.
for a bit for this
Yeah.
recovery.
D'Lo. So Mike, you're picking Becky or Charlotte? That part I didn't catch.
At most, I'm picking Charlotte Flair because I could sense that the Queen's gonna win and then get cashed on.
And you also said Ember Moon was gonna win the Money in the Bank.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
What about you, D'Lo?
Since I had Nikki Cross winning, and that's only because of Alexa, I think Charlotte's gonna win, but there won't be no cash in. That's my prediction. Just for the fact that I have Nikki Cross winning, because it makes no sense Nikki Cross cashing in
I mean,
on
wouldn't
Charlotte
it?
unless
Would
she does move. Oh, she could move to SmackDown.
she could go? Well, the whole thing with Nikki Cross is supposedly she's gonna be in a group with Bray Wyatt when he comes back after his little
So
Firefly stuff. So that's why I didn't pick
so
Nikki
that's
Cross.
gonna be on
And
Raw.
yeah, she's gonna stay on Raw. That's why I didn't pick Nikki
Well,
Cross. Well, the thing is that Nikki Cross could cash in, but here's the thing: we don't know which match is gonna go on first. We don't know if Becky Lacey's gonna go on first or Becky Charlotte's gonna go on first. I'm assuming it's Becky Lacey that's gonna go on first, and we still don't know when the women's Money in the Bank ladder match is gonna go on in
I
conjunction with
mean,
those two
doesn't
matches.
cash in doesn't have to happen tonight or tomorrow. It can happen
But dude, it
Monday.
would make the most sense to
If
cash
it
it in right then and
cashing
there.
in
Oh no,
right
of
now on
course.
Becky,
No,
right?
of course.
Especially if
I'm just
Becky's
going.
exhausted.
Oh no, I'm just going with what my pick is. So
Yeah,
since I
like
have
there
Nikki winning, I might as well have Charlotte winning, just so you know.
somebody else has a SmackDown title.
Yeah, exactly, correct.
Um, yeah, I, I, I,
As
I
much as I
honestly,
don't want.
I do agree that I think Charlotte may win this match. I'm going back to WrestleMania, not this year, but the previous year, where Asuka and Charlotte happened, and everybody laughed at me for picking Charlotte to beat Asuka and end the streak and keep her title, and I was right. And I had that weird feeling then that I have now. But the problem with my weird feeling is I have Bayley winning Money in the Bank, and it would be sweet, sweet justice if Charlotte found a way to beat Becky and then Bayley cashes in on Charlotte and takes the title from her. Because it wouldn't make sense for Bayley to cash in on Becky, especially because they're both faces, unless they're going to turn Bayley heel, which I doubt they're going to do because SmackDown Women's Division has a lot of heels in it already. So I expect Becky to stay face, Bayley to stay face. I expect Charlotte to win the match in a very long, drawn-out match. It might be like a 25-minute match. Something that will spend both of their energy, and then the huge boos will happen when Charlotte wins, and then Bayley will get back over by cashing in on Charlotte and winning the SmackDown Women's title. So I'm gonna pick Charlotte.
Okay.
So we have two matches left. We have both championship matches. We'll start with the WWE Championship match first. It's Kofi Kingston, the champion, versus Kevin Owens, the challenger. Now, Kevin Owens wasn't even supposed to be in this position. This position was supposed to be Daniel Bryan, but Daniel Bryan got hurt right after WrestleMania. So they decided to turn Kevin Owens heel and put him in this position instead. So I'm going to go first, and because of that, I feel like they're going to keep the title on Kofi. I feel like Kevin Owens in the future will have the WWE Championship, but I think right now it's too soon to take it off Kofi. Kofi's still on an all-time high. He's still getting pushed to the moon. The response from the
That
WWE
merch,
universe,
those merch sales.
the merch sales are ridiculous. They're not gonna. They're it's just too soon. It really is just too soon in this situation for Kofi to lose right away.
I agree.
Phil, Mike, I figure you guys agree too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna move on to the last match of the card. Universal Championship match. The champion Seth Rollins versus the challenger AJ Styles. This is a tough match to predict because it's face versus face, quote unquote, because we don't know where AJ's mindset is right now. He's still technically a face. He hasn't really done anything heelish, technically. Um, so
He's more of a dark hero this at this point.
yeah. So Phil, we're gonna start with you. I know you're a Bullet Club junkie. You you've
Hey,
been
I'm sorry. He is screaming right now in his mind. They don't want none. They don't want none.
yeah. I'm pretty
and
sure
you be
he is,
right.
but
You be fucking right. But you forget, I got the blessing from the club in person, so I'm not a junkie. I'm unofficial.
you're still a junkie. Anyway, are you going with AJ because of that, or are you going against
I'm
your
going.
blessing and going with Seth Rollins?
See, the thing is, this is also a very tough match for me because Seth
I'm gonna be seeing.
Rollins.
This is what I'm gonna be hearing. Oh, another super kicker and another super kicker.
The thing is, this is a really tough pick for me because Rollins is white freaking hot with the Universal title right now, and honestly, I don't see anybody putting up a hell of a match other than AJ. The thing is, whether AJ or Rollins wins, it's gonna be good either way for Raw. But if I had to pick, I have to go. I'm gonna stick with AJ because, like the past few weeks, with the face-to-face and everything, let's not forget AJ elbowed the shit out of Seth through the damn table.
Phenomenal forearm, baby.
With another phenomenal forearm.
Mike, do you agree?
What for this one?
Yeah. This is the last match.
This one had so much conflict between it, but I'm like, I want the power couple to live, so burn it down.
Makes sense.
D'Lo?
I have Seth Rollins winning, even though I'm a huge AJ fan. From what I read, it's supposed to be at the Saudi Arabia event. It's supposed to be Seth Rollins versus Brock Lesnar for the Universal title. And if that's true, then Rollins has to win. So I have Rollins winning. Wait, plus it's too early to take the belt off him anyway.
Yeah, I had a hard time with this match because there's three things that could happen, in my opinion. Um, the first one being AJ goes heel and wins the title, and continues this feud. The second is like D'Lo said, uh, Brock Lesnar is scheduled to face Seth Rollins for the Universal Championship at Super Showdown in Saudi Arabia.
All that Saudi Arabia money.
The greatest Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
All that
the
Saudi
fans
Arabia money.
It's
All
called
that Arabian money.
Which is why nobody talks about Shane McMahon and where he won the Best in the World trophy, but that's another story.
Getting
Yeah.
out of money.
And the third one that I had go through my mind was this match is going to end in a no contest because Brock Lesnar is going to interfere in the match.
All you hear is dum 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 dum.
I think at the end of the match, whether it's clean or dirty or no contest or whatever the case may be, Seth Rollins is going to be the Universal Champion at the end of the night. But I do say that Brock Lesnar is going to interfere in this match. I think he will be there. I think he'll do something. Maybe he'll F5 both of them, or he'll start beating up Seth Rollins and AJ will walk away and let Brock Lesnar do his thing. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what will happen. But by the end of the night, Seth Rollins will still be the Universal Champion. Whether he wins clean, or he doesn't win clean, or it's a count-out victory, or whatever the case may be, he's going to have the Universal title.
Agreed.
Well, those are our predictions, guys. If you like the video, hit it with a thumbs up. If you don't like the video, hit it with a thumbs down. It's all good. I respect that. But leave a comment, like, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think of our predictions. Let me know if you have an idea of something that might happen. Put it in the comment section below. I want to know what you guys think. But for my boys Mike, D'Lo, Phil, I'm your boy Zero. Deuces.
Peace.